Um, obviously, anytime you don't come away with a win, it's a frustrating deal. But there's some things that we can continue to grow on and get better at. And I was proud of the way the defensive played. They did a great job. For the majority of the night, we gave up one kind of easy touchdown. Other than that, they did a really good job. And obviously we were really inconsistent on offense against a really good defense. So we got to continue to improve. We go back to work tomorrow and keep getting better. You will see. It's a hamstring, high hamstring, so we'll find out. And that's the nature of football. It's unfortunate, but next man in, you just move on.
Do you know when you might find out?
Well, as soon as the medical guys get a chance to look at him and tomorrow and evaluate him, and they'll let us know. I'm sure there's X-rays involved and stuff.
Did you feel coming in the game, because the plan was to get Kurt a series of each one? So when you see Blake go down, no contact, what did you feel about Kurt's ability at that stage?
Well, it's a good thing we played him last week. He got some experience there, and we plan on playing him this week. Unfortunately, Blake went down, and Kurt had to play the whole game. But you're always a little limited when your two goes in because he doesn't get as many reps, and it kind of shortens the play call sheet a little bit. But obviously he showed some nerves. A couple bad decisions, but that's on me. Me as a coach, we got to go and talk to him about that. Make sure he's not putting too much pressure on himself, plays within himself, and makes smarter decisions.
Did you see it all as just kind of stuff like maybe wasn't quite ready for the moment, but it's not like you're worried about mechanics, things like that? Just sort of, was it all decision making in your
Yeah, no, I wasn't worried about mechanics. It is a big moment, and he gets in that game, and he sometimes you try to do too much, and I think you saw that at the beginning. The end of the half. We're in a great situation. Down 10 points. End of the half, and he's just trying to do too much, trying to kind of put too much on yourself, so to speak. And we talked to him about that, and he'll get better about that, and he'll improve.
It always changes the whole complexion. If you go down 10-0 half on blocking, you probably feel a whole lot better about your team.
You know what? I still felt good about the guys. Obviously, that's that was a play that we need to go in and talk about and correct. That won't happen again. But I still felt good about the guys, and I felt good about their effort. They did a really good job on defense the entire half. And offensively, we knew it was going to be a little slim pickings going into the evening. They're one of the best defenses in the country. They're fast, they're athletic, and they sat there in two-man a lot of the night. They sit there with two high safeties, and you got a six-man box. You have to be able to run the football, and we struggled with that at times. We broke off a couple towards the end, but overall we weren't real consistent in the run game, and that's something you have to do when you're facing a six-man box. And we just we got to continue to grow and be more physical and get better up front.
You feel pretty good about the job you guys did against Rosen?
Yeah, I did. I think the defense, if we're better on offense, if we're more explosive, if we're able to do more things, I think the defense played well enough to give us an opportunity to play in that game. I think that was pretty glaring, and not only, they ended up scoring quite a few points, but if you look at some of the situations the defense ended up in, after, the turnover right before the half, we had another turnover with, a fumbled exchange that gave them a short field. And then there was other times where the defense actually got off the field and held them to field goal. So I was proud of their effort. I thought they did a really good job.
What went into the thought process in that big field goal?
We said we're going to take some chances. First couple games, we're going to give stuff for people to think about, and we're the big time underdog in games like this. We're a team that hasn't had a lot of success, and they're a team that's ranked 13th in the country, and we're going to take our shots, and we're not going to be afraid to do so.
With that running game, because that's ever since you came in, you kind of want that to be the thing you build off of. Was it, did you see it, running backs not hitting the holes not being there, combination of the two?
Early in the game, I thought we could have hit the holes a couple, a little better. And then there was a couple times where we just, didn't read it right. But, they were more physical at the point of attack than we were, early on. And then as the game went on, we did a better job. And you saw we started chunking those things out. And unfortunately, unlike the first game, we had too many penalties, and it took us off schedule. So, we're just not talented enough to recover from a 1st and 20. We're just not in that situation. We have to be able to play, 2nd and 5. We had those situations a couple times, and you have a penalty, and you're in a big hole, and we're just not talented enough right now to get out of that hole. But we'll continue to grow there, and I think it wasn't a mystery coming into the year. That's something that we're going to have to battle with, all year long. But we're growing, and those guys are getting better, and I liked at the end of the game, those guys kept battling, and we started breaking off some big runs, and we got better and better. And the young guys, you look at Xavier Campbell, and he did some really good things for a true freshman against one of the best defenses in the country.
If it's determined, Blake's going to be out for a set of time. Do you think will you take the red shirt off Dalton City at that point?
Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of already, I mean, he is our 3 right now. You know, we've lost Thompson for the year, and he's already had surgery, so he is the 3. We would still like to redshirt him. I mean, it's one of those deals where we'll see. You know, we have to evaluate after we talk to our medical staff of where we're at, and then, yeah, most likely we'll have to take the redshirt off Snead.
What's Thompson's surgery?
He had Tommy John surgery.
Just jumping back to the penalties real quick. What do you do during the week to try and work on something like that, other than just tell the guys don't commit penalties?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a funny thing. I mean, there's obviously can be some physical penalties and things like that, you know. But you know, we did so well with it the first game. You know, we talked about, you know, how proud we were of them, you know, being disciplined. And, you know, then the penalties that bother me tonight are, you know, the personal fouls. You know, I mean, you know, after an interception, you got a guy 20 yards behind the ball carrier. You don't need to block when the ball's passed. You just run towards the ball carrier. So there's some, but you know, again, you know, that's on me. It's a freshman, and we have to do a better job of teaching those things. You know, those are great teachable moments. So tomorrow night, we'll put them up on film. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about, you know, just our football IQ, and we'll continue to work and get better at it.
Why did they not replay the muff punt?
They said they watched it,
And they couldn't determine on replay whether the guy touched it or not?
and they said he didn't.
They said he didn't?
We'll see.
All right.
I don't want to get fined in my second interview, so I won't say anything. Did it hit him?